Hey guys and girls, in this video we're going to take a look at the best gaming motherboards. This list is based on my personal opinion and tons of research, and I've listed products based on quality, durability, price, and more. I've included options for every type of consumer, so if you're looking for an entry-level option or the best product money can buy, we'll have the product for you in this list. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. The products mentioned are in no exact order, so be sure to stay to the end so you don't miss anything. Also, if you want a chance to win one of the gaming motherboards in the video, just subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and leave a comment with the hidden word in the video. Once we reach 1,000 likes, we will pick a winner and notify him. Okay, so without further ado, this is our pick of the best gaming motherboards on the market right now. Coming at number 6, we've got the Gigabyte X470 Aorus Gaming 5 Wi-Fi. Generally speaking, if you're building a new AMD PC right now, or even replacing a motherboard in an existing PC, we recommend moving it up to the X570 chipset. It supports PCIe Gen 4 on the latest Ryzen 3000 CPUs, and typically has better RAM support. However, if you're using a previous gen CPU, you don't really need X570. There are more expensive X470 motherboards out there, including the excellent Asus ROG Crosshair 7, but forking over the extra cash for higher-end hardware won't necessarily provide a better building or gaming experience than Gigabyte's X470 Aorus Gaming 5 Wi-Fi. This board serves up a full plate of features, along with a side of RGB style for around $100 less than the comparable hardware, leaving your GPU budget some room to grow. Ryzen CPUs aren't overclock happy, but the X470 Aorus Gaming 5's 8+3-phase VRM reliability allows chips like the 2700X to run all cores at full boost speeds alongside 3200 MHz memory modules, dual BIOS, dual PCIe Gen 3 x 4 M.2 slots, and a healthy stack of both internal and external USB ports are plenty for most gaming builds. Combined with a top-tier audio codec and great networking hardware, the X470 Aorus Gaming 5 is our best overall pick for Zen and Zen Plus Ryzen 7 builds. If you're looking for more advanced features and the ability to do serious overclocking, you should probably step up to the X570 and the Crosshair 8. Coming at number 5, MSI MPG X570 Gaming Pro Carbon Wi-Fi. The MSI MPG X570 represents an amalgamation of bleeding-edge motherboard tech built to get the most out of AMD's 3rd-gen Ryzen CPUs. It has 4 DIMM slots that can handle speeds up to 4,400 MHz and 2 M.2 slots, sporting support for PCIe 4.0. The rear I/O panel features 7 USB-A ports for peripherals, as well as a single USB-C port for connectivity and high-speed data transfer. There are headsets for the included Wi-Fi antenna to help with wireless connectivity, as well as a gigabit Ethernet port. The MPG X570 does support Wi-Fi 6, and while that does necessitate a Wi-Fi 6 compatible router, it's backward compatible with other Wi-Fi standards, and gives the potential for a speed boost down the line. Also of note is the HDMI port, which many X5070 boards omit. Not that we'd really recommend using an AMD APU with integrated graphics in a high-end board like this. As with most gaming motherboards, the MPG X570 has 3-zone RGB lighting, as well as enough headers for 3 additional RGB-enabled components. The pair of M.2 slots each have a dedicated heat shield, and while this does help prevent potential thermal throttling, it makes installing or replacing them a more delicate process than with their exposed counterparts. The MPG X570 features enough compatibility to get the most out of your hardware now and in the future, providing you're willing to pay a premium for it. While it's certainly an excellent MOBO, if you aren't already committed to a shopping list of top-of-the-line components now or in the near future, you might want to consider a slightly less expensive board for your needs. Coming in number 4, Asus ROG Strix Z390i Gaming. With the price dropping and the previous Z370 base model disappearing from vendors, Asus's Strix Z390i gaming moves into the top spot for the boutique ITX segment. Despite its diminutive size and paucity of upgrade options, the ROG Strix Z390i gaming provides excellent performance and value, boasting stable 5 GHz overclocks using several memory speeds, including 3600 MHz with tweaking. Its single PCIe x16 slot pushed top-shelf graphics cards to speeds that matched or exceed most Z390 ATX boards. The smallest Strix has a lengthy feature list with no shortcomings despite the tiny form factor, including dual PCIe Gen 3 x4 M.2 slots, Intel V219 Ethernet, upgraded Intel 95060 2x2 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, and an ALC1220A audio codec supported by isolated circuitry and headphone amps. Despite the dense set of features, the Strix Z390i's clean design makes for quick system assembly and configuration, an important consideration for ITX rig building. Just be sure to install that bottom-mounted M.2 drive beforehand, or pick up a case with big enough cutout behind the motherboard, or you'll be taking everything apart again. It's worth noting that this board can be hard to find, but the previous generation ROG Strix Z370i model, with its slimmer design, remains an excellent alternative, especially at clearance prices. Number 3. Asus ROG Maximus 11 Hero Wi-Fi. The Asus ROG Maximus 11 Hero Wi-Fi AC is the latest in a long line of popular Republic of Gamers motherboards. While Asus offers the Code, Formula, and Apex boards as a step above the Hero, we found little reason to go with their pricier models. The minor bumps in speed, features, or fashion in costlier boards are generally difficult to justify. This is a minor chipset update to the previous Z370-based Maximus 10 Hero Wi-Fi, which we also liked. The current Z390 Hero adds 802.11 AC 2x2 MU MIMO Wi-Fi to the networking mix. A non-wireless version is available for a few bucks less. Overclocking and performance remains first in class, in league with boards costing a third more. The Maximum 11 Hero is nearly perfect with only speedier Wi-Fi and an extra M.2 slot on our short list of potential improvements. Coming at number 2, Gigabyte Z390 Aorus Ultra. Gigabyte isn't as flashy as the other top-tier motherboard makers, but it has managed to accumulate plenty of PCG recommendations over the years. Decent performance combined with a consistently lower cost makes Gigabyte's Z390 Aorus Ultra a winner. We've liked the Aorus branded motherboards starting with Skylake in 2016, and the company's Ryzen boards have been excellent all-around picks too, but this is the best. The Gigabyte Z390 Aorus Ultra competes with the MSI Z390 Gaming Pro Carbon AC and the Asus ROG Maximus 11 Hero Wi-Fi, but with a lower price tag and more features. It has triple M.2 slots for your super speedy NVMe SSD needs, Intel Wi-Fi Wave 2 and Ethernet, a full RGB treatment with multiple headers, and ALC1220 audio. You'd have to climb right to the top of the product stack to get the same from MSI and Asus, both of whom offer a little more polish, but also charge plenty for the privilege. Though there's a lot to be said for extreme motherboards, this is a great value Intel board. The only real downside for us is that the Mobo is perhaps a little too flashy and may not suit more restrained gaming builds. Thankfully, you can disable all the RGB bling within the BIOS if you want, though other elements may still clash. But that's a small criticism of an otherwise top board. Number 1. Asus ROG Maximus 12 Extreme. If you want the best, most fully featured Intel Comet Lake motherboard, then I'm afraid you're going to have to pay for it, and pay through the nose, if Asus's Z490 Maximus 12 Extreme is anything to go by. It is, as the name suggests, extreme, packing in a variety of luxurious and incredibly handy extras. A freaking screwdriver with interchangeable heads for one, and it's also one of the highest performing Z490 boards we've tested. But it only really makes sense if you're buying a K-Series Core i9 and genuinely intend to overclock the nuts off it. The Max 12 will allow you to get the highest clock speed out of your 10900K and won't turn it into a pile of molten slag while you're at it. The MSI Z490 Godlike is actually the fastest Z490 outright at stock speeds. But I'd rather have the ROG board in my camp if I'm going down the OC route. Obviously, it's only for the very highest of high-end PC builds. However, as a $750 price tag means you could actually build a reasonable full gaming PC for the price of this single motherboard. It's an Aspiration Z490 motherboard, and arguably the best motherboard for Comet Lake overclocking. But I'd concede it's not a particularly realistic purchase for most of us. That brings us to the end of our review and buyer's guide for the best gaming motherboards. Hope to see you in the next video. Let us know in the comments, what is your favorite one? And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and get notified when we launch new videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.